So from last night to this morning, I decided I'd watch 16 Candles because, I had this thing where I said to myself, I'll watch like all the Molly Ringwald movies because I watched The Breakfast Club years ago. Like The Breakfast Club, I mean, at the time it still is an amazing movie, but I tried to watch it back probably about a year ago and I was like, this is low-key a bit cringe. But like so I said I will watch more Molly Ringwald movies because when I told my mum I'd seen The Breakfast Club, she was all like, oh my gosh, the Brat Pack, when I used to look after your cousin when she was younger, when she was a baby before you were born, I used to sit back to back and watch all of the old movies. I grew up on these, blah, blah, blah. You've never seen them, have you never seen them? And I'm like, Mum, because you've never showed them to me before. So anyway, I was curious, so I watched Pretty in Pink because I like that one song from it. I really liked that. Kind of got me through COVID. And then I said I'd watch 16 Candles as well because I just hadn't seen it. So the problem about being 26 is 16 was 10 years ago for me. So when the first thing that they're talking about is like, who are you going to have sex with? Have you had sex yet? And it was just there like, oh, these kids, man, like, I'm a bit old for this stuff still. But, I thought a while back, it's weird how it's 2025 and we're 5 years away from the 80s being 50 years ago. And it's like, can you believe the 80s were 50 years ago? And then I watched 16 Candles and I said, yes. Yes, I can believe the 80s were 50 years ago because what the hell is this stuff, man? I'm telling you, like, certain movies do things that age badly and you're just like, it was the 80s. But, like, apparently even for the 80s, it was a little bit like, what the hell? Like, what is this?
Take me, I know that I won't break me. Where I come to go, she won't forsake me. I'm loving angels instead. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been amazing. Thank you so much. Well done, guys. Well done. Right, I need to do this over.
Hey, so I've been completely exhausted. I haven't had the chance to take a break. I've had back to back. So I had classes, I had deadlines. I handed off the final draft of my TED Talk finally, and they want me to rehearse that. I also started my new job, which they decided to put 2 days worth of training into the weekend, and I was like, yay, I don't get to have a break over the weekend. My TED Talk rehearsal is also on the weekend, which means I have to miss Muay Thai again because my friggin' this training that I have runs over into the time when I'll be doing that. So I missed 2 weeks of my camp training, which means I have to try and make up for that in the weekdays and get back in. And if anybody asks me, Sharlz, where have you been? I'm just going to be like, I've been tired. I've been tired and I've been overworked and I've had scheduled classes, and I apologise. But essentially, I went out with the postgrads the other night. I didn't want to. Well, I did want to at the time because, I'd got back some feedback. I got a really good grade. I'd handed in my deadlines for, like, my TED Talks and everything. And I got a new job. And I wanted to celebrate, but I couldn't celebrate because I had to start my other job. And it was really annoying. But because I was out with the postgrads, one of the guys there, he was going to be, oh, Sharlz, come out with us, come out with us. I'll buy you a drink, I'll buy you a drink. And I was like, you know what? I haven't been sleeping until like 3:30 in the morning anyway, so I might as well go out, wear myself out, and then just come back home. And there was promises of karaoke, but by the time we got to the place that does karaoke, the karaoke was already finished, and I was upset. So it ended with like one of the guys who runs the place doing a cover of Robbie Williams' Angels, you know, the song that the Americans don't know about. And I was just there like, no. But apparently, like, the one of the people who runs the pub, it's her birthday next week, and I'm going to be there next week anyway because I actually have a free Friday next week, and I would like to hang out with the postgrads again when I'm actually drinking and stuff. But yeah, I had a fun time. I just kept it casual because, like I said, I haven't really been drinking. Like, I did drink, obviously. I mean, the guy bought me a drink. And then I had like, I think I had a black label or something. And that was it. You know, I was sipping on that because I got the guy to get me a Ray and Nephew. So I was sipping that double Ray and Nephew for the whole time he was there. And like somebody even come up to me and went, oh, what are you drinking now? And I'm like, no, this is still the same Ray and Nephew. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, Ray and Nephew soda, whiskey soda. I wasn't ramping. I was like, I'm dehydrated. That's why my lips keep going all crusty, because I've been dehydrated all week because it's cold. And so, like, I'm just going to drink my soda drinks. And I was fine, and I didn't get mash up neither. I just had a good time, you know. Literally just went out for one or two drinks. I didn't go mad. And then I had work 9 a.m. sharpish. And then I left work, and then rinse and repeat. I've got to do that tomorrow. But I was so tired when I got back home. I got back home for about I'd say about 5:10. I just clocked out, and then I woke up at like 10:30 in the evening, and I've been awake since. But what I've been doing, so we have a final project what we have to do for our course, but we don't have to do that until the third term. And we had our first lecture about it on Friday. So I already knew what I wanted to do because it's the thing that I was umming and ahhing about doing a PhD over. And I'm like, you don't need to do a PhD. Like, you've got a whole term to do self-directed study for your masters. And what you want to do kinda is what you're already doing. You know, I wanted to do about like propaganda in data visualization, and how about like how propaganda has been used politically, the impact it's had. So obviously data visualizations are propaganda. They can be used as propaganda, and that's part of what we are also studying, but kind of taps into the whole law degree that I've graduated from. So I want to take that idea and push into it, but me being me and having the background that I have, I was like, is there anybody in the department that can supervise me? Because I can talk about it on the surface and people would understand, but I'm coming from law. My background's going to be a bit intense of it, you know, but they said they'll try and find me a supervisor or whatever. But I don't even have to hand in my draft until Valentine's Day, but I already handed it in now. It was so easy. Like, all I had to do was hand in, like, the keywords, and then I had to say, like, in a couple of sentences what I wanted to do the study on. And I'm like, well, I don't need until Valentine's Day to do that because I already know what I want to do. Like, I've been thinking about doing propaganda studies for a while. You know, it was something I was umming and ahhing about because I know, like, Warwick probably isn't the best university for that kind of, you know, for us to do a PhD. There's other universities, like, I was looking at SOAS. And obviously SOAS as well, it's got the Japanese lessons, it's got the international basis, you know, all this decolonial stuff, you know, with the like African and Asian schools. So SOAS would be better for me, and then it's very political, it's got the good legal department. It taps into, you know, my desire to do international propaganda studies and how propaganda has been used to push certain agendas towards certain groups at certain times in history. The only thing I haven't decided on is when in history I want to go. You know, I could go like modern day and talk about like certain political parties in the UK and the propaganda that has been used. But I'm going to be honest, the things that I'm going to say in there, I mean, I don't think I can say on YouTube, but I am a skeptic of the presence of intelligence in a lot of this discourse. So yeah, I think it would be interesting to write, but I don't know if that's where I want to go at this point in time. It'd be really fun. But yeah, that's what I've been doing, because it's like nearly 3 o'clock in the morning again, and because I had that big long nap, I'm not tired now. But yeah, I've been doing that, and then I've been trying to sort out all the Hillman Talk stuff, because all the classes are like 1 in the morning anyway, but I thought I had something to do today. I don't. I mean, I did technically, a few hours ago when I was asleep. There was enrolling for something, but I missed it, so I'm gonna have to go to the next session for that. But I've emailed them to ask when I can, when it is, because they said Wednesday the 4th, and I'm like, no, Wednesday's the 5th, but that's when I do my TED Talk, so it's gonna clash. Like, can you please confirm the time for me? But yeah, man, I'm exhausted, and I have to do TED Talk rehearsals, and then I've got cheerleading afterwards, and it's a bit annoying because like I work in the same place where cheerleading is, so I have to go and come back, and I'm like, I don't have the energy. I don't. I'm so tired. Hey, so I've just finished work for the day. I'm exhausted. Oh my gosh, I look so bad on camera right now. I look really tired. Oh my gosh. And the grey hair is not helping. But yeah, so I finished work today. I'm really exhausted. Well, it's not too bad. The only thing is they wanted me to do 2 shifts a week, so I'm going to be working twice a week, which is fine as long as they count today and don't try and pull one on me later in the week, because the days that they want me to work already have obligations this week, but because today is a Sunday and I'm working today, that means I only have to work 1 more shift to oblige by that rule contractually. But if they turn around and say they wanted 2 extra shifts, I'm going to be like, well, I already had plans, so you didn't tell us that beforehand, so whatever, like. But yeah, I'm on campus. I'm gonna do my TED Talk rehearsal in a bit, in probably another one of these theatre rooms. They said they wanted me to have like additional notes for it, and I was like, no, I don't want additional notes. My script is just fine. Like, let me perform with my script, and you shall see that I am fine. Just let me do what I need to do, please. I'm exhausted, and all these last minute things that I have to do this week are getting on my nerves, man. But then after that, I'm gonna do cheerleading, as long as everybody shows up this time, and then I shall go home and I will do my laundry, and then I will sleep, because that's what I need to do right now. I'm sorry, but like, this uni is just mad. Tell me how there are just like 3 theatre rooms chilling for us to use. Like, I just come on campus looking for somewhere to study, and then it says on the door, like, this room is under review, and like, if students don't respect it, it will be revoked. So I was all like, oh, what's in here? And then I come in, and like, it's literally just a free theatre. Guess what I did today, guys? I did cheerleading. Yay. So people showed up, and it was fun, and I got to fling somebody in the air again. It's been a minute. Yeah, so all was good. They were like, oh, is the day okay? The time's okay, guys. And we got upgraded as well. We're going to go to one of the better rooms, and I'm really happy about it, which means we get to do more risky stunt stuff at training. Oh gosh, it just saw, like, the whole session I was just cheesing, like, because I was so happy. I was like, we're finally back, like, oh, but yeah, I'm doing cheerleading again. It's not all over, it's not finished, I'm back. So I'm back to doing 2 sports a week again now, yay. Work was alright. I mean, I already said how work was. I am tired. Rehearsals went well for my TED Talk. It's just, again, I said a couple of things in there that they're like, you need to change the wording because it's a little bit inflammatory. And I'm like, okay. But I'm thinking from my perspective, because I said something referring to the COVID lockdowns. And because I said we were banned from leaving the house, it comes under abuse of power. Like, you're not supposed to say anything referring to an abuse of power. And I'm thinking, but it wasn't an abuse of power. Like, you know, the Prime Minister at the time, who I can't name apparently, like, technically was within his rights, and then obviously that was to be disputed later on, but at the time it was, you know, it was an official thing. It's not like, you know, all the other countries didn't do the same thing pretty much. Like, the whole world was locked off. Like, it's not like I'm even attacking the guy. I mean, there's plenty of things to say about the guy, but the general COVID restrictions were kind of a thing worldwide, so that was not my intention. I was just saying we couldn't leave the house, and I was lonely. that was my only point. I wasn't attacking nobody. If I wanted to attack somebody, I would have said more than, you know, the friggin' lockdown restrictions. But I have to change that, which is a minor thing, really. I just didn't understand, like, how it was considered, like, reference to an abuse of power, because it wasn't an abuse of power. Well, I mean, you know, to be disputed or whatever, but at the time it was not an abuse of power. It was what everybody was doing, because this virus, like, but, you know, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say the name of the virus on YouTube, because all the other YouTubers who talk about it, they use code words. So what I'm going to call it, the parallelogram. When the parallelogram happened and, like, everybody couldn't leave the house, like, it's not even controversial now. Like, it was a fact. We could not leave the house. We could not leave the house. I don't get why that's controversial. But yeah, so I have to change that round. But me tired. I'm tired. And at work they gave us sandwiches, so I had a sandwich yesterday and today. I'm not too happy about it for keto reasons, but based on the amount of carbs that was in the sandwich, it won't kick you out, but it's useless. Like, one of them, so I had brown bread on my sandwich yesterday, and I like wholemeal bread, but today I realised it was white bread. I had the, because of the options they gave us, the one yesterday was a chicken sandwich, but it was so plain. I was like, I'm not having that again tomorrow. And then today I picked up the BLT, but then the BLT was on white bread, and I was like, why can't everything just be normal? Like, I was going to pick up the chicken tikka, but then I saw, like, they had halal options, and I felt a bit bad. I was like, well, if there's only so many halal options, I'm not going to go and take a halal option when obviously I can eat whatever in it. So I just took the BLT today, and it was tasty-ish. It was just, the only issue was the bread, for obvious reasons. It had, like, cream cheese on it. And then, now I've got back, I've made myself, so I'm gonna show what I've been taking for nutrients and supplements and what I've been having. And also, as a side note, I'm meant to be doing the room tour at some point. I said I was going to do it in January for the new year. But, like, between my back-to-back interviews, my colds, and everything, and also the fact that I didn't get all of my stuff until, like, midway through January, I haven't done that yet. But seeing as I'm doing my laundry now as we speak, and I'm cleaning my room now as we speak, I'm going to organise everything, and then I'm going to get my room... I'm going to do a room tour, I think, within the next couple of days. I think that'll be really fun, because I've got some really cute things in my room. My setup as well for my studio is really cute. The stuff behind me that you could probably see just popped up out of nowhere. There it is. There. This stuff is pretty cute. So, I have a few cute things that I want to showcase or whatever, but I'm exhausted and doing my laundry, and I've got the next load of laundry next to me on my bed, and I'm gonna carry that down. But it was so annoying to do my laundry today. Basically, in my block, we have to share the washing machines. And I went down, and then the washing machines were full. But I noticed somebody had taken somebody else's laundry out and put it on the washing floor, and I was like, ew. That better not be me. If that was me, I would be screaming. But anyway, I go to security and I say to security, like, I've been trying to do the laundry for the past week. You know, I've been trying to do it for the past week. And every time I come down here, it's always full. So is there a way for me to tell when the laundry is full? And he says, oh, you know, you can just message one of us or whatever and we'll tell you. And I'm like, okay, thanks. But then he says, oh, I recommend you go to the other block because there's this one block that has its own laundromat. The other blocks all have to share, like, the main big one. And I'm like, okay. And then I realised, because my key card let me into the other block, I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And then I do the little trip down to the other block to do my laundry. Lo and behold, they have more washing machines than the rest of us for one block. I'm like, now we're being cheated out. And it was dead, because even the security man says it's always empty. It was dead. Everything was open. I said, you know what? This is where I'm going to do my laundry from now on. I know business. Like, there's plenty of space in here. These are what I've been drinking every day since I went keto. So I am addicted to My Protein. Anything by them, I buy. So, I mean, I get student discount on it anyway, and I've been buying their stuff since, like, my first year of uni. At the moment, I've got this chocolate and banana one. I also have a matcha latte. I'm currently drinking the chocolate and banana one because I'm a little bit tired of drinking the matcha off, like, you know. Yeah, so I have this, and then I also have this, which I've just bought. So it's just, like, green superfood stuff. It's supposed to have all the, like, vitamins and blah 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 in there, and I just chuck that in my smoothie. Well, not a smoothie. I chuck that in my milkshakes when I have them. I only bought this a couple of days ago, not gonna lie. And then I just obviously just chuck so I chuck the greens and the chocolate, banana, whatever into this, and I shake it around. I mean, I have to stir it, otherwise you see how much is stuck to, like, the sides of the shaker. So I just stir it, and then, you know, I drink it with, I mean, this used to be called coconut milk. They can't call it that anymore legally. So it's a no sugar milk, no dairy, no soya, just plants, cocoa unsweetened. Yeah, because they can't call it coconut milk no more. But I do also have the Alpro one, you know, whatever one's on offer. Whether it's UHT or fresh, I don't care. I just have UHT because, I mean, I can stack up on the UHT in my dorm room, and then, you know, like, UHT, I can just stack up on them when they're on offer and then drink them when I need to. But yeah, that's how I've been taking care of myself. And then, this is the thing that has been saving me. I don't know what it is, but I was taking these berberine supplements for months, and I don't know if they were helping or what, but as soon as I picked these up, my whole life changed, because I realised how tired I've been in, like, the past year or whatever, and I said, you know, I need to be more serious about vitamins and minerals, especially because I've got this marathon to run, especially because I'm doing training. So I picked these up, and, you know, it's just bog standard really. It's got all of these in. I want to try inositol as well for my PCOS, but the problem is all the inositol I found really has folic acid in it, and I used to take folic acid on its own, and the high doses make me feel sick. I get headaches. So obviously I'm not going to double dose on folic acid and give myself headaches. But I also done another My Protein order this week because I bought some more. So I bought an inositol that doesn't have folic acid in it. Also L-carnitine, whatever the hell it's called. That was something that I used to take a lot when I was younger, and that really helped me. So I'm going to add that to my my daily dose of vitamin. So in the My Protein box, I got this sample pack of chocolate orange protein. I've never tried chocolate orange, so it could be nice. Then they had this stuff.
that was on offer. I don't know what it is. I had a little search, and apparently it's exactly the same as like the typical way, but somehow they've made it vegan. I don't even know, man. I don't get this science stuff, but forward thinking, ooh, science. Like, it was cheap, so I bought it, and it's isolate. 21 grams each. Yeah, no. I might have some of that tonight, actually, because I'm getting tired of the artificial banana taste in my smoothies. This is like a 2-litre jug, which I'm taking this to cheerleading, I'm taking this to Muay Thai. You know, I need it because I'm always tired. Then I also got this as well. It was on offer. I've heard that collagen is BS, but let's see. If it does something, it does something. If it don't, it don't. Whatever. And then here it is. This is the thing I was trying to buy. L-carnitine. There we go. I've got the name right this time. This is quite big, actually. I mean, I'm going to take 2 a pop. So what? 270 by 2. That's 145 days worth of it. Yeah. And then this right here is probably the most important thing that I bought. For anybody with PCOS, inositol. Inositol is supposed to have the same effect on somebody as metformin, but it doesn't have the metformin side effects. I used to take inositol when I was in Japan. I mean, I brought it with me from the UK, and I had like a year's worth, but I didn't really notice it doing anything. So yeah, instead of like GLP-1s or metformin, inositol, berberine, spearmint, and what was the other one? I think cinnamon are really good, but inositol and berberine are the big ones. And I was taking berberine. I did feel better, but it could have been because it had magnesium in it. I do not know. So I'm gonna take this inositol with the L-carnitine, whatever, carnitine. I'm gonna get my protein up, blah blah blah, and I'm gonna see if. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm tired just because I need to sleep. But at the end of the day, I am low on stuff, so I'm gonna try and be a health girly.
Hi, are you guys? They usually go with like one talk, make them one, then the next one talk. And you don't.
Hey, I did a TED Talk today. Yeah, TED Talk. Today was probably one of the most, I mean, that's not saying anything because every day has been exhausting since I started this master's, but like today has been a very exhausting day. It was a fun day, it was a fulfilling day, but exhausting. So like I found out as of like yesterday, basically, so not yesterday, the night before, that I needed to change some things in my scripts. I was like, okay, because I only got told I had to change like 2 things. And then I had a meeting about the changes I needed to make. And there were so many changes. I was like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do all this? I've got like less than 24 hours and I've just started a new job. I ain't got the time to go over my script again. And I just was like internally imploding. But yeah, I did it in the end. So then they gave us the timetable and they were like, oh, you have to be on campus for like 1:30. And I was like, because I had my obviously my lecture. I had my lecture because obviously it's a Wednesday and I have my lecture, and I was like, so I rushed from my lecture straight over to where I needed to be. And then I had I had an interview, and then I had like a little cute reel post thing, which was cute. And then just so we didn't even get rehearsals because it was over schedule, so we didn't even get to rehearse or like anything. And I was panicking, and everyone's like, oh, don't worry, you know, you already done the rehearsal the other day. And I was like, that was the other day. Like, today I need one because I feel like something is going to go wrong. And I just knew what was going to go wrong because I could just kind of sense it. But basically, the PowerPoint slides got messed up during my talk. And I knew it was coming. And I was just like, no. But yeah, it's done. It's completed. I think I missed some context out in my talk, which is a bit of a shame because of the the thing with the PowerPoint stopped working. So there was because I know I've got the time limit in it, I paused a couple times because of that, and I condensed some of the points that I made in my speech. And looking back, I'm like, no, I should have said this thing and I should have said that thing. Everybody told me it went fine and that I did a good job and that, you know, anything like technical errors will just be edited out or whatever. But I can't see it back yet because we have to wait for the big TEDx people to greenlight the whole thing, which is standard, isn't it? So I'm all right. I'm fine. I am fine. I was just really worried for a moment there because, come on, man, this is my time to tell my story and I'm messing it up, but yeah, all happened. And then I think I made a mistake because I thought Japan Sock was circling today, and I messaged them hoping that somebody would get back to me about whether they're circling or not, and then nothing happened. And then I saw a guy from Japan Sock on the bus back, and I was like, okay, so if he's not, I mean, he might just not be feeling it, but I think nothing's happening today. Yeah. So I was gonna, because I tried to hit one of my friends because he's had an injury and he hasn't really left the house in the past couple of weeks. I was thinking maybe I should see what he's doing, see if I could go visit him and say hi or whatever. But he didn't get back to me until I was already on the bus. I mean, he lives around the corner from me, but it's 9:30 now, and I'm I even took my dress off. My dress was really cute. Because basically, you can see the sheen behind my back. Basically, my stuff for this talk, I bought 3 formalish dresses because, like I said, I have no form. So I bought 3 formal dresses and a formal top for interviews because I've got them formal bottoms, and if I've got formal bottoms, I need a formal top. And because formal stuff just seems to not be bought on Shein, it's always £6 a pop. And I said, whatever, I'm doing a TED talk. I'm not going to do a TED talk dressed what am I supposed to wear? My typical Y2K Gyaru friggin' clothes or a big jumper or something and some jeans. I'm not wearing that. I'm wearing something nice. I'm doing a TED talk. I don't care if there's no dress code. So, I didn't finish my makeup in time for the interview, but thankfully, the interview was only a voice recording. Everything that came after was after I'd already done my makeup. And then obviously the TED Talk came around by the time I'd completed my makeup, so I looked fine for that. But so much rushing around, and then I spent all day on campus, man. So, I'm exhausted. I want a break. And then I've got work tomorrow as well. My first proper shift at my new job. And then obviously I've got I've got classes and stuff, and then I'm gonna have to make myself busy in the gap between I think I've got something because I remember speaking to somebody and they were asking me about what I'm doing tomorrow, and I said I've got a lecture until early afternoon, and then I start work in the evening, but it's on campus, so I don't want to leave. I remember saying something to somebody. I mean, I get to pick my shifts at this new job, and obviously tomorrow is my first proper shift, but I only get to work a few hours at a time, which isn't horrible, but I'm so happy I have that paralegal job, even if the hours aren't secure, because I want to get legal experience and then I want to pull in a bit of money. But yeah, the fact that I'm just here, like, I'm literally wearing a dress right now. It's not the dress that I was wearing it today, but it's like an underdress. You know, and it keeps me warm. It's like a slip underdress thing, but because I'm just shoulders, it looks like I'm not wearing anything, but I am actually wearing my dress. Yeah, so today went all right. It was nice chatting to like the TEDx Warwick people and just seeing, you know, what brought them to TEDx Warwick, what they enjoy about their roles, things like that. And then it was nice to meet the other speakers as well, because they had some interesting stories, even though I only saw 2 of them. But there was one girl there who she does like lifting and stuff, and her story was about how, you know, she found confidence in lifting and then went into like a male, you know, it's a male dominated space, isn't it? And like, I didn't tell her, but like, I do Muay Thai in it, so I understand the feeling of like going into spaces like that. It's just, I generally don't care about like gender roles when it comes to things like that. Because if I physically can do it, I'm gonna do it, as long as it's not a detriment to my health, you know what I mean? So I understand it. And then I was blessed to have Muay Thai instructors, most of them being women, during my time at UOB, so I'm not like a stranger to it, you know. Both Warwick and UOB had a good presence of women doing Muay Thai, but it is generally a male dominated field. And then I can say the same thing about even when in my rap days, where like you're on the stage and it's just all guys just there spitting, and like one of them won't even pass the mic to you. Like, you know, you've really got to elbow your way into these spaces. Yeah, and you know, I just understand. So it would have been nice if we could have spoke to her a bit more on a one-to-one about her story, but obviously when it's published, it will be really good because I saw hers. There was one other girl as well, I saw her story twice. And she was just talking about you know, how she was inspired to go into where she was going into in higher education. So I guess hers was a bit similar to mine, but obviously it was different. Like, she was talking about like being Indian and coming over here and not really having like friends or whatever, but then she eventually like found friends and that. You know, and I know I repeated myself a couple of times in there. Because it's because I kept changing. I mean, I had to change everything at the last minute. So certain things just weren't like flowing mentally well, and when the tech issues happened, I was just like, I know I need to speed it up because I can't go over. And when I done so not the formal rehearsal, but like a couple of the exec helped me just do like a little rehearsal in one of the rooms. I went up to 17 minutes 58 seconds, and 18 minutes is the limit. Like, we're supposed to aim for 15, but 18 is the absolute limit, and like that's across TEDx talks. Like, no TED talk is longer than 18 minutes. So I knew I had to cut a few things out. I was I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of banking on forgetting some ramble, and just sticking to like the key facts of it at that point. Like, I did add an extra paragraph in for context that I did when I had to make the changes, but then I took it out because I was 17 minutes and 58 seconds. I'm like, if I even breathe wrong in when I'm performing, like, that's just gonna mess it all up. So yeah, but yeah, I bought 3 dresses and a shirt, and I have no excuse for anything formal now. No longer am I going to show up to law events where I'm not dressed correctly and get stared down by all these try-hard first years, because I have formal clothes now. They also could be good for job interviews as well, I think. Obviously, they're not good for, like, events, but then I've got, like, event formal dresses already from, like, all the Birmingham solicitor group stuff I've done over the year. And then I've got like old stuff from when I was in Elsa, and I used to go to the formal meetings with them. But yeah, today's tiring. I've been advised by like the careers to think about so like my final project, obviously I want to do about propaganda, but that's out of personal interest. They're saying like maybe I should think about maybe I should think about doing my final project on legal tech and link how data visualization, ties into that. And I'm thinking I want to do that, but at the same time, I want to do propaganda stuff. Which, I mean, propaganda is still going to help me because, it's a sociological basis, but it kind of taps into the whole media and cybersecurity type of things. So it's not useless from the legal perspective, but like, I guess I could write something that will directly help with my career, but at the same time, I'm thinking I'm doing this master's for more selfish reasons. Not everything has to be about grifting and grinding towards a law firm. There are plenty of people who've never even done a master's who get a place at a law firm. You know what I mean? So I'll think about it. I'll think about, it's going to be a political legal project anyway. Because I want to do specifically about policies and laws that were introduced from propaganda, like was the inspiration for those policies and laws. But other than that, like, I don't know. But yeah, I'm a very tired person. I can't even sleep tonight, no. I think tomorrow after work is when I get to sleep. But then I have to be on campus all day, don't I? Ugh. And then I'm going out with the postgrads again. But it is what it is. Yeah, man. I'm gonna do this room tour thing. I will do the room tour by the end of the week. I just have not had the time. I just haven't had the time. Like, I did take out all the cardboard, but now I've got more cardboard. I'm literally leaning on a new My Protein box right now. Is it My Protein? Yeah, My Protein. With the things that I mentioned that I ordered earlier. What was that? So more vitamins so that I stop looking like this every time I pick up the camera. And it's just stuff like that was on sale. Yeah, today was a good day. Today was a good day indeed.
4 minutes. It's going to take about 20 minutes to get there. Yeah, bro. At least that, bro. Let's see that. Respect, bro. Too hot. Too hot. Too hot. Too hot. So. Society. We live in a society. Come on and do the thunder. Your voice is holy. Together we'll do green, like nature loves the sea. We'll join and make a change that everyone can do. It's coming up the show, and as you do the conga, make the heart stronger, make the juice stronger.
I just did a record for the longest Macarena. I'm sweating. I'm a little bit tired, but like I'm kind of in the mood, man. These guys have got me in the mood. Stressful last week, but we move, we keep going, and yeah. I'm still kind of sorry about that. I'm in a dancing mood, I'm having fun, I'm sweating my brows off, but it is what it is. It's weekend, and I haven't really had a day off since. I mean, I went out with the postgrads last time, but I was on a time limit. I'm not on a time limit tonight. We will see how long I last.
Stop! We're going to try it again, but backwards.
So, I just got back with my night out. I just got back from my night out with the postgrads. We just spent the time chilling around Leamington Spa. And then people wanted to get Indian food, so we went to the same Indian food place that we went to before. Again, I was not hungry. One of the girls, she was like, oh, have a bit of mine, I won't finish it. So I had like a spoonful of some, I don't know what it was, but it was a seafood curry. And I love seafood, I love Indian food. I just have no appetite. No appetite whatsoever. And then we went to the other bar, Kelsey's. Today has been a bit chaotic. I've been exhausted. Like, I showed up to my lecture kind of late because not like this job that I have, it ends. So basically, by the time I get home, it's already like 10 in the evening. I can't sleep. I haven't been sleeping well. So I overslept today, and then I rushed onto campus and went to my lecture, and I was like, sorry to my lecturer, and he's like, it's fine. He's just like, tell me, your project or whatever, what you've got decided. I told him what I was thinking of doing, and he was like, that sounds like a really good project. Other than that, I've just been having like issues like with sorting out other things, and it's just been stressing me. This week has been a bit chaotic. It's been a fun week, but like I knew like I've done everything, like the TED Talk, my new job. So when I went out with the postgrads, it was like my way of enjoying myself. And one of the guys asked me, oh yeah, how was the new job, by the way? And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I completely forgot that I told anybody that was starting a new job. I just told him, the job went well. It's just I'm exhausted because I had my first proper shift yesterday, and like obviously, yeah. But so I decided I wanted to do something new with my hair. I wanted to try something because I was like, knotless braids are so cute, but like I want to do something. So I done my hair like this, and I just kept getting loads of compliments from like the locals, which is typical. But everywhere, oh, my hair's so good, and when I'm wearing a coat, it's my coat, and then it's my eyes. It's always like, oh, your eyes are so pretty, and then, it's always the way. Like, tonight was a bit chaotic in terms of attention. I've only had like half the energy what I normally have because I'm tired. I'm so tired. Like, I have an exhibit to go to tomorrow, and it starts at 10. And I'm a bit annoyed because they have talks, but they didn't specify the time of the talks. They just was like, come any day, like, until the exhibit ends. And then on the last day of the exhibit, we're going to have talks. And the last day of the exhibit's tomorrow, so it's at Cover Uni. But they didn't specify when the talks are going to be. So it's like, do I have to be there all day? Do I show up? They didn't even say whether I need tickets or if I just show up to the uni and be like, oh yeah, I want to come see the exhibit. Like, they didn't specify. So I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna go up to Cover Uni, and then one of my friends, he had an injury, so he hasn't really been anywhere, so I'm dragging him out tomorrow because he says he's feeling a bit better. And I said to him basically, I'm going to the exhibit tomorrow, so like afterwards, just let me know. I'll be about, and I'll just go and meet him. I don't think I've ever been so exhausted. Like, this postgraduate degree is just taking my energy, and I've got so many things to do, and like I'm slacking on the marathon training a little bit. I need to get back on the treadmill. I'll do it tomorrow, I think. If I don't even know if I have time, like, if I'm going to be out all day to do it and actually sleep, because I haven't slept properly. Like, it's 4 o'clock in the morning now. I've just got back home. And if I have to leave out in the morning again, I'm not going to sleep. So, I haven't slept. I really haven't slept. Like, ever since like the TED Talk prep, I haven't slept properly. I've only gotten like 4 hours of sleep, if that, a day. I am really tired. Sunday I've got training, so I need to sleep between Saturday and Sunday so I can keep my training up and not miss Muay Thai sessions. Or cheerleading sessions, like, I need to. And then Monday, I don't have anything on Monday, so you're not gonna see me on Monday. I'm gonna just be like passed out in my bed. But yeah, I had a really good night. It was good to see everybody again and just chill. But I didn't even drink that much because of like, I mean, my diet is, I had one of my protein bagels with a chicken fillet, with cream cheese on it, and what else did I put on it? I put something else on it, I don't remember, like rocket and shit, like rocket and spinach and, you know, typical salad. And that was my food for the day. And then obviously one of the girls gave me like a bite of her curry, which was really nice, but I just have no appetite. Like, that's why like the weight has been dropping off, like ever since I've been on the meds. I just have no appetite, and it's good the weight's dropping off, but it has been a bit fast. Like I have a bra on now. When I first put it on, it was a bit tight, and that was like 2 weeks ago, and I've put it on now and it's baggy. It went from too tight to baggy. And yeah, I have a lot of weight to lose to get back to healthy weight, but the meds with my lack of appetite, and then I've gone back to low carb, the weight is just falling off. It's just falling off. Because even the bagel that I have is like a thin protein bagel, so it's only like 20 grams of carb overall, and that's like the keto limit. I mean, to be fair, tonight I did have baby Guinness, and I was thinking, why am I getting baby Guinness? I have a headache, but it's not that bad, all things considered. But yeah, like I did karaoke. I sang Don't Let Go by En Vogue, and like all the postgrads kind of just filtered out when I was singing, and I was just left with the two locals that were trying to get with me all evening. They were just singing with me, and I've got literally these two guys just following me around in the pub. Like, I need the postgrads to intervene a bit more, man. Like, I was saying to one of the guys, I was just like, you know, I'm tired of hearing, like, oh, you're so pretty or whatever, but, like, when stuff happens, it's like, yeah, no, it's always these random old guys that are showing, like, interest in me or whatever. So, like, I had a pep talk from one of the guys from Postgrad Society, where he was just like, oh my gosh, you know, you know, you come across really well, I really like you, or whatever he was saying. I don't know, alcohol, but he bought me another drink again tonight. Otherwise I wouldn't have drank. I didn't even get to finish it by the time the club closed. Like, we were there until the end of this legendary club that we were always at, and it's funny. Oh, yeah, I need to take my makeup off. I need to go to sleep. Me tired, but I wanted to have like at least one video where I just caught up on everything that's happened in the past couple of days, because I don't think I've done an update since I came out of work, and you know, between classes and this, not a lot has happened, but I've just like been documenting a little bit, so peace.